Alright guys, welcome back. So here now we're in substance designer. We're gonna go for file and then new substance. Can start anything, maybe a empty one. Okay. Actually, let's use this one because I want those output. Okay. Alright, so then I'm gonna go ahead and go for right click here in the graph, and then I can, or here, right, unzip packages, go for link 3D mesh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and load my mesh. So it's gonna be here, toots, and then modularity. Okay, and my trim sheet low. Okay, because I moved the UV to the other side, it's gonna ask me if I use UDEM, and I'm gonna say yes. Do that again for the high res. Okay, and yes also. Cool. So now all I have to do is just right click on the sheet low and bake model information. And then I wanted to bake the norm map. So add baker here, norm map from mesh. Okay. And I need to go change the baking UV shell to be only the U1V1 space, which is 1001. Okay. Now I also don't want any dilation. Okay. And maybe no diffusion either. Okay, and what else? We can change the size to 4K and high definition mesh, of course, from resource, high, and okay. All right, and I think that's everything. If we wanted to, we can also have the ambient occlusion here also, or even the head map. Let's just have all those things done. Actually, I want to, yeah, add baker here. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and start render. And it's gonna go through the process and bake the norm map and everything else for me. Okay. Now, if I take a look at the norm map I got here by dragging it in, you can see this is what we got, and we can put it into the normal here. Let me close this guy. You can see this is the trim we got. Okay, we can go ahead and make this guy a little bit bigger, or you can also see it over there. So this is a trim normal. Okay, now this is really useful for us because with this trim normal we can actually use it in like the game engine, and we just need to have a really low res model, and all we have to do is match the model's UV to those edges of the trim, and they should be matching each other properly. Let's give that a try. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the normal here. Actually just double click there, or we can just save it, right? And I'm gonna save it to, this is actually a bunch of the trim I did earlier. So I'm gonna go to modularity, okay, put it here, normal, trim normal, bevel trim normal, okay, and save that. Okay, now back here to Maya. Let me add this guy and that guy, show my model here, right? That's the model we modeled before. And let's go to the UV editor, okay? And you can see the UV is like this. This is not very good. I'm gonna dock this guy, maybe over there. Okay, so what I want to do is, first of all, give this guy a new material, and anything should suffice, so a boolean maybe, and go to the settings, and we're gonna load the norm map we baked. So it's gonna be tangent space, and oops, that's gonna be go ahead and look for the directory. Got lost all the time. Okay, Jetpack. Now make sure that you change the color space to raw. Okay, now we can hit the 6 button to take a look at what we got. You can see we got those trims, right? But they're not in the right position. So I'm gonna redo the UV. Let me also dock this guy maybe over here. Don't really need the attribute editor, so turn that off. All right, so here I'm gonna go for a UV planner here. I'm gonna use the Y direction bounding box to project it. All right, and then I'm just gonna move it away. Let me grab this piece here in the middle and the other piece there. Shift and right mouse button, create UV shell. Okay. And I want this shell to fill the lower left corner. Or we can maybe show the texture. Let me see. It's not visible here. Okay, now we see that. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is, if I can dock it, doesn't dock anymore. What I want to do is I want to match this guy, this middle piece, to be this square, and it's like a quarter of this entire thing. So what I can do is go to the layout and layout UV. The settings, let me reset the settings. So settings is gonna be scale with non-uniform scale, so that I'm gonna be able to fit it into the U1 V1 space. Don't need any padding at all. Okay, and then apply. This is just gonna put them here. Actually, I need to stack them. So pack separately, overlapping. That should be it. Or if that's not true, then I just need to do that one by one. Anyway, so I have those two pieces here. And then I want to make them half of their size. So that's going to be in the UV2 side, UV toolkit, and I'm going to go for the scale somewhere. Scale 0.5 on both U and V. Okay, and then I can hold it down X just to snap it to that. Okay, and then for these guys, this guy, and this loop, I'm going to create UV shell to separate that, and also this loop. Separate that. Okay, and for this guy I kind of need to flip it. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab all the edges here, and I can do a cut to cut them all open, grab them all, and I can try to align them using snap and stack. See how they're trying to stack together. Okay, and then let me rotate them so they're like all the same direction. If I could do that real quick. Okay, can grab one of these guys, control and red mouse button to UV shell, and do that. Okay, and rotate this guy also. Okay, now I can do my little layout to move them to the U1V1 space altogether. Okay, let me one more. Grab that one. Right, and then control red mouse button, go to UV shell to select them all. Again, I just need to shrink them. This time I want to shrink them on the V direction only, half, and maybe half again. Here. And then holding down X again to drag them to match them with that piece. And I can shrink a little bit because I don't really want to have this bevel corner here. They're not supposed to be meeting there though. And the rest of the thickness, okay, now those are up to you. Like if your modular pieces are supposed to be touching each other on the thickness, no one really would see that. So you probably can just make it like this, or maybe just give it some UV and then just put it anywhere. I'm gonna go for UV and then cylindrical, right? And just cover all these set faces. Okay, and that's gonna be all the set faces. And I'm gonna cut them also open. Okay, and then try to stack them all together. Match, snap and stack. Match UVs. Doesn't do that. Anyway, so I'm gonna just for the completeness of this. Let me actually make them all match to that little line there too. So I'm gonna go for the layout option again. Okay, and then just do the layout. Okay, and that's this piece here. Again, I just need to shrink it. Okay, holding down X and drag it there. Alright, now you can see the power of by 2 is that you can always shrink it by a half. If you always follow this divide by half rule, you can always get a proper size, a proper matching, and that's much convenient. Okay, cool. So now we have matched the normal map with the UV. You can see now it does feel like a more detail without the beveling added. Okay, and let's take a look at how this looks like in the game engine. Okay, so let's move on to that in the next video.